Ezekiel, chapter 27. Yahweh's word came again to me, saying, You, son of man, take up a lamentation over Tyre, and tell Tyre, you who dwell at the entry of the sea, who are the merchant of the peoples to many islands. The Lord Yahweh says, You, Tyre, have said, I am perfect in beauty. Your borders are in the heart of the seas. Your builders have perfected your beauty. They have made all your planks of cypress trees from Senir. They have taken a cedar from Lebanon to make a mast for you. They have made your oars of the oaks of Bashan. They have made your benches of ivory inlaid in cypress wood from the islands of Kittim. Your sail was of fine linen with embroidered work from Egypt, that it might be to you for a banner. Blue and purple from the islands of Elisha was your awning. The inhabitants of Sidon and Arvad were your rowers. Your wise men, Tyre, were in you. They were your pilots. The old men of Gebel and its wise men were your repairers of ship seams in you. All the ships of the sea, with their mariners, were in you, to deal in your merchandise. Persia, Lud, and Put were in your army, your men of war. They hung the shield and helmet in you. They showed your beauty. The men of Arvad with your army were on your walls all around, and valiant men were in your towers. They hung their shields on your walls all around. They have perfected your beauty. Tarshish was your merchant by reason of the multitude of all kinds of riches. They traded for your wares with silver, iron, tin, and lead. Javan, Tubal, and Meshech were your traders. They traded the persons of men and vessels of bronze for your merchandise. They of the house of Togarmah traded for your wares with horses, war horses, and mules. The men of Dedan traded with you. Many islands were the market of your hand. They brought you horns of ivory and ebony in exchange. Syria was your merchant by reason of the multitude of your handiworks. They traded for your wares with emeralds, purple, embroidered work, fine linen, coral, and rubies. Judah and the land of Israel were your traders. They traded wheat of Minnith, confections, honey, oil, and balm for your merchandise. Damascus was your merchant for the multitude of your handiworks, by reason of the multitude of all kinds of riches, with the wine of Helbon and white wool. Dedan and Javan traded with yarn for your wares. Bright iron, cassia, and calamus were among your merchandise. Dedan was your trafficker in precious cloths for riding. Arabia and all the princes of Kedar were the merchants of your hand, in lambs, rams, and goats. In these they were your merchants. The traders of Sheba and Raamah were your traders. They traded for your wares with the chief of all spices, and with all precious stones and gold. Haran, Cana, and Eden, the traders of Sheba, Asher, and Kilmad, were your traders. These were your traders in choice wares, in wrappings of blue and embroidered work, and in chests of rich clothing, bound with cords and made of cedar, among your merchandise. The ships of Tarshish were your caravans for your merchandise. You were replenished and made very glorious in the heart of the seas. Your rowers have brought you into great waters. The east wind has broken you in the heart of the seas. Your riches, your wares, your merchandise, your mariners, your pilots, your repairers of ship seams, the dealers in your merchandise, and all your men of war who are in you, with all your company which is among you, will fall into the heart of the seas in the day of your ruin. At the sound of the cry of your pilots, the pasture lands will shake. All who handle the oars, the mariners, and all the pilots of the sea will come down from their ships. They will stand on the land and will cause their voice to be heard over you and will cry bitterly. They will cast up dust on their heads. They will wallow in the ashes. They will make themselves bald for you and clothe themselves with sackcloth. They will weep for you in bitterness of soul, with bitter mourning. In their wailing, they will take up a lamentation for you and lament over you, saying, "Who is there like Tyre, like her who is brought to silence in the middle of the sea? When your wares went out of the seas, you filled many peoples. You enriched the kings of the earth with the multitude of your riches and of your merchandise. In the time that you were broken by the seas, in the depths of the waters, your merchandise and all your company fell within you. All the inhabitants of the islands are astonished at you, and their kings are horribly afraid. They are troubled in their face. The merchants among the peoples hiss at you. You have become a terror, and you will be no more." Chapter 28. Yahweh's word came again to me, saying,
Son of man, tell the prince of Tyre, the Lord Yahweh says, because your heart is lifted up, and you have said, I am a god. I sit in the seat of God, in the middle of the seas. Yet you are man and not God, though you set your heart as the heart of God. Behold, you are wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that is hidden from you. By your wisdom and by your understanding, you have gotten yourself riches, and have gotten gold and silver into your treasures. By your great wisdom, and by your trading, you have increased your riches, and your heart is lifted up because of your riches.
Therefore, the Lord Yahweh says, because you have set your heart as the heart of God, therefore, behold, I will bring strangers on you, the terrible of the nations. They will draw their swords against the beauty of your wisdom. They will defile your brightness. They will bring you down to the pit. You will die the death of those who are slain in the heart of the seas. Will you yet say before him who kills you, I am God? But you are man and not God, in the hand of him who wounds you. You will die the death of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken it, says the Lord Yahweh. Moreover, Yahweh's word came to me, saying, Son of man, take up a lamentation over the king of Tyre, and tell him, the Lord Yahweh says, You were the seal of full measure, full of wisdom, and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone adorned you: ruby, topaz, emerald, chrysolite, onyx, jasper, sapphire, turquoise, and beryl. Gold work of tambourines and of pipes was in you. They were prepared in the day that you were created. You were the anointed cherub who covers. Then I set you up on the holy mountain of God. You have walked up and down in the middle of the stones of fire. You were perfect in your ways from the day that you were created, until unrighteousness was found in you. By the abundance of your commerce, your insides were filled with violence, and you have sinned. Therefore, I have cast you as profane out of God's mountain. I have destroyed you, covering cherub, from the middle of the stones of fire. Your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You have corrupted your wisdom by reason of your splendor. I have cast you to the ground. I have laid you before kings, that they may see you. By the multitude of your iniquities, in the unrighteousness of your commerce, you have profaned your sanctuaries. Therefore, I have brought out a fire from the middle of you. It has devoured you. I have turned you to ashes on the earth, in the sight of all those who see you. All those who know you among the peoples will be astonished at you. You have become a terror, and you will exist no more. Yahweh's word came to me, saying,
Son of man, set your face toward Sidon, and prophesy against it, and say, The Lord Yahweh says, Behold, I am against you, Sidon. I will be glorified among you. Then they will know that I am Yahweh, when I have executed judgments in her, and am sanctified in her. For I will send pestilence into her, and blood into her streets. The wounded will fall within her, with the sword on her on every side. Then they will know that I am Yahweh. There will be no more a pricking briar to the house of Israel, nor a hurting thorn of any that are around them that scorned them. Then they will know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
The Lord Yahweh says, When I have gathered the house of Israel from the peoples among whom they are scattered, and am sanctified in them in the sight of the nations, then they will dwell in their own land, which I gave to my servant Jacob. They will dwell in it securely. Yes, they will build houses, plant vineyards, and will dwell securely, when I have executed judgments on all those who scorned them all around. Then they will know that I am Yahweh, their God. Chapter 29. In the 10th year, in the 10th month, on the 12th day of the month, Yahweh's word came to me, saying,
Son of man, set your face against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and prophesy against him and against all Egypt. Speak and say, The Lord Yahweh says, Behold, I am against you, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, the great monster that lies in the middle of his rivers, that has said, My river is my own, and I have made it for myself. I will put hooks in your jaws, and I will make the fish of your rivers stick to your scales. I will bring you up out of the middle of your rivers, with all the fish of your rivers which stick to your scales. I'll cast you out into the wilderness, you and all the fish of your rivers. You'll fall on the open field. You won't be brought together or gathered. I have given you for food to the animals of the earth and to the birds of the sky.
All the inhabitants of Egypt will know that I am Yahweh, because they have been a staff of reed to the house of Israel. When they took hold of you by your hand, you broke and tore all their shoulders. When they leaned on you, you broke and paralyzed all of their thighs. Therefore, the Lord Yahweh says, Behold, I will bring a sword on you, and will cut off man and animal from you. The land of Egypt will be a desolation and a waste. Then they will know that I am Yahweh, because he has said, The river is mine, and I have made it. Therefore, behold, I am against you, and against your rivers. I will make the land of Egypt an utter waste and desolation, from the tower of Savannah even to the border of Ethiopia. No foot of man will pass through it, nor will any animal foot pass through it. It won't be inhabited for 40 years. I will make the land of Egypt a desolation in the middle of the countries that are desolate. Her cities among the cities that are laid waste will be a desolation 40 years. I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations, and will disperse them through the countries. For the Lord Yahweh says, at the end of 40 years I will gather the Egyptians from the peoples where they were scattered. I will reverse the captivity of Egypt, and will cause them to return into the land of Pathros, into the land of their birth. They will be a lowly kingdom there. It will be the lowest of the kingdoms. It won't lift itself up above the nations anymore. I will diminish them, so that they will no longer rule over the nations. It will no longer be the confidence of the house of Israel, bringing iniquity to memory when they turn to look after them. Then they will know that I am the Lord Yahweh. It came to pass in the 27th year, in the first month, in the first day of the month, Yahweh's word came to me, saying, Son of man, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, caused his army to serve a great service against Tyre. Every head was made bald, and every shoulder was worn. Yet he had no wages, nor did his army from Tyre, for the service that he had served against it. Therefore, the Lord Yahweh says, Behold, I will give the land of Egypt to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. He will carry off her multitude, take her plunder, and take her prey. That will be the wages for his army. I have given him the land of Egypt as his payment for which he served, because they worked for me, says the Lord Yahweh. In that day I will cause a horn to sprout for the house of Israel, and I will open your mouth among them. Then they will know that I am Yahweh. Chapter 30. Yahweh's word came again to me, saying,
Son of man, prophesy and say, The Lord Yahweh says, Well, alas for the day is near, even Yahweh's day is near. It will be a day of clouds, a time of the nations. A sword will come on Egypt, and anguish will be in Ethiopia, when the slain fall in Egypt. They take away her multitude, and her foundations are broken down. Ethiopia, Put, Lud, all the mixed people, Cub, and the children of the land that is allied with them, will fall with them by the sword.
Yahweh says, They also who uphold Egypt will fall. The pride of her power will come down. They will fall by the sword in it, from the tower of Savannah, says the Lord Yahweh. They will be desolate in the middle of the countries that are desolate. Her cities will be among the cities that are wasted. They will know that I am Yahweh, when I have set a fire in Egypt, and all her helpers are destroyed. In that day, messengers will go out from before me in ships, to make the careless Ethiopians afraid. There will be anguish on them, as in the day of Egypt, for, behold, it comes. The Lord Yahweh says, I will also make the multitude of Egypt to cease by the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. He and his people with him, the terrible of the nations, will be brought in to destroy the land. They will draw their swords against Egypt and fill the land with the slain. I will make the rivers dry and will sell the land into the hand of evil men. I will make the land desolate and all that is therein by the hand of strangers. I, Yahweh, have spoken it. The Lord Yahweh says, I will also destroy the idols, and I will cause the images to cease from Memphis. There will be no more a prince from the land of Egypt. I will put a fear in the land of Egypt. I will make Pathros desolate, and will set a fire in Zoan, and will execute judgments on No. I will pour my wrath on Sin, the stronghold of Egypt. I will cut off the multitude of No. I will set a fire in Egypt. Sin will be in great anguish. No will be broken up. Memphis will have adversaries in the daytime. The young men of Avon and of Pibeseth will fall by the sword. They will go into captivity. At Tehaphnehes also, the day will withdraw itself, when I break the yokes of Egypt there. The pride of her power will cease in her. As for her, a cloud will cover her, and her daughters will go into captivity. Thus I will execute judgments on Egypt. Then they will know that I am Yahweh. In the 11th year, in the 1st month, in the 7th day of the month, Yahweh's word came to me, saying,
Son of man, I have broken the arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Behold, it has not been bound up, to apply medicines, to put a bandage to bind it, that it become strong to hold the sword. Therefore, the Lord Yahweh says, Behold, I am against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and will break his arms, the strong arm, and that which was broken. I will cause the sword to fall out of his hand. I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations, and will disperse them through the countries. I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, and put my sword in his hand. But I will break the arms of Pharaoh, and he will groan before the king of Babylon with the groaning of a mortally wounded man. I will hold up the arms of the king of Babylon, and the arms of Pharaoh will fall down. Then they will know that I am Yahweh, when I put my sword into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he stretches it out on the land of Egypt. I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations, and disperse them through the countries. Then they will know that I am Yahweh.
Chapter 31. In the 11th year, in the 3rd month, in the 1st day of the month, Yahweh's word came to me, saying,
Son of man, tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his multitude, whom are you like in your greatness? Behold, the Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon, with beautiful branches and with a forest-like shade, of high stature, and its top was among the thick boughs. The waters nourished it. The deep made it to grow. Its rivers ran all around its plantation, and it sent out its channels to all the trees of the field. Therefore its stature was exalted above all the trees of the field, and its boughs were multiplied. Its branches became long by reason of many waters, when it spread them out. All the birds of the sky made their nests in its boughs. Under its branches, all the animals of the field gave birth to their young. All great nations lived under its shadow. Thus was it beautiful in its greatness, in the length of its branches, for its root was by many waters. The cedars in the garden of God could not hide it. The cypress trees were not like its boughs. The pine trees were not as its branches, nor was any tree in the garden of God like it in its beauty. I made it beautiful by the multitude of its branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God envied it.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because you are exalted in stature, and he has set his top among the thick boughs, and his heart is lifted up in his height, I will even deliver him into the hand of the mighty one of the nations. He will surely deal with him. I have driven him out for his wickedness. Strangers, the tyrants of the nations, have cut him off and have left him. His branches have fallen on the mountains and in all the valleys, and his boughs are broken by all the watercourses of the land. All the peoples of the earth have gone down from his shadow and have left him. All the birds of the sky will dwell on his ruin, and all the animals of the field will be on his branches, to the end that none of all the trees by the waters exalt themselves in their stature, and don't set their top among the thick boughs. Their mighty ones don't stand up on their height, even all who drink water, for they are all delivered to death, to the lower parts of the earth, among the children of men, with those who go down to the pit. The Lord Yahweh says, in the day when he went down to Sheol, I caused a mourning. I covered the deep for him, and I restrained its rivers. The great waters were stopped. I caused Lebanon to mourn for him, and all the trees of the field fainted for him. I made the nations to shake at the sound of his fall, when I cast him down to Sheol with those who descend into the pit. All the trees of Eden, the choice and best of Lebanon, all that drink water, were comforted in the lower parts of the earth. They also went down into Sheol with him, to those who are slain by the sword. Yes, those who were his arm, who lived under his shadow in the middle of the nations. To whom are you thus like in glory and in greatness among the trees of Eden? Yet you will be brought down with the trees of Eden to the lower parts of the earth. You will lie in the middle of the uncircumcised, with those who are slain by the sword. This is Pharaoh and all his multitude, says the Lord Yahweh. Chapter 32. In the 12th year, in the 12th month, in the first day of the month, Yahweh's word came to me, saying,
Son of man, take up a lamentation over Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and tell him, you were likened to a young lion of the nations, yet you are as a monster in the seas. You broke out with your rivers, and troubled the waters with your feet, and fouled their rivers.
The Lord Yahweh says, I will spread out my net on you, with a company of many peoples, and they will bring you up in my net. I will leave you on the land. I will cast you out on the open field, and will cause all the birds of the sky to settle on you. I will satisfy the animals of the whole earth with you. I will lay your flesh on the mountains, and fill the valleys with your height. I will also water the land in which you swim with your blood, even to the mountains. The watercourses will be full of you. When I extinguish you, I will cover the heavens and make its stars dark. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon won't give its light. I will make all the bright lights of the sky dark over you, and set darkness on your land, says the Lord, Yahweh. I will also trouble the hearts of many peoples when I bring your destruction among the nations, into the countries which you have not known. Yes, I will make many peoples amazed at you, and their kings will be horribly afraid for you when I brandish my sword before them. They will tremble at every moment, every man for his own life, in the day of your fall. For the Lord Yahweh says, the sword of the king of Babylon will come on you. I will cause your multitude to fall by the swords of the mighty. They are all the ruthless of the nations. They will bring the pride of Egypt to nothing, and all its multitude will be destroyed. I will destroy also all its animals from beside many waters. The foot of man won't trouble them any more, nor will the hoofs of animals trouble them. Then I will make their waters clear, and cause their rivers to run like oil, says the Lord Yahweh. When I make the land of Egypt desolate and waste, a land destitute of that of which it was full, when I strike all those who dwell therein, then they will know that I am Yahweh. This is the lamentation with which they will lament. The daughters of the nations will lament with this. They will lament with it over Egypt and over all her multitude, says the Lord Yahweh. Also, in the 12th year, in the 15th day of the month, Yahweh's word came to me, saying,
Son of man, wail for the multitude of Egypt, and cast them down, even her and the daughters of the famous nations, to the lower parts of the earth, with those who go down into the pit. Whom do you pass in beauty? Go down and be laid with the uncircumcised. They will fall among those who are slain by the sword. She is delivered to the sword. Draw her away with all her multitudes. The strong among the mighty will speak to him out of the middle of Sheol, with those who help him. They have gone down. The uncircumcised lie still, slain by the sword.
Asher is there with all her company. Her graves are all around her, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, whose graves are set in the uttermost parts of the pit, and her company is around her grave, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, who caused terror in the land of the living. There is Elam and all her multitude around her grave, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, who have gone down uncircumcised into the lower parts of the earth, who caused their terror in the land of the living, and have borne their shame with those who go down to the pit. They have set her a bed among the slain with all her multitude. Her graves are around her, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword. For their terror was caused in the land of the living, and they have borne their shame with those who go down to the pit. He is put among those who are slain. There is Meshach, Tubal, and all their multitude. Their graves are around them, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword, for they caused their terror in the land of the living. They will not lie with the mighty who are fallen of the uncircumcised, who have gone down to Sheol with their weapons of war, and have laid their swords under their heads, and their iniquities are on their bones. For they were the terror of the mighty in the land of the living. But you will be broken among the uncircumcised, and will lie with those who are slain by the sword. There is Edom, her kings, and all her princes, who in their might are laid with those who are slain by the sword. They will lie with the uncircumcised, and with those who go down to the pit. There are the princes of the north, all of them, and all the Sidonians, who have gone down with the slain. They are put to shame in the terror which they caused by their might. They lie uncircumcised with those who are slain by the sword, and bear their shame with those who go down to the pit. Pharaoh will see them, and will be comforted over all his multitude, even Pharaoh and all his army, slain by the sword, says the Lord Yahweh. For I have put his terror in the land of the living. He will be laid among the uncircumcised, with those who are slain by the sword, even Pharaoh and all his multitude, says the Lord Yahweh.